So how much damage can you really do in islands? Well, in this video, we're going to be finding out. Please subscribe. So, hello everybody, it is the Gaming Snowman here, and welcome to another video on Roblox Island. So, as you have just been told, we are now going to be seeing how much damage we can do. This can be extremely useful in terms of versing bosses and all sorts of things. Just to fully optimize how much damage you can do to maximize how fast you're getting those rare rewards from bosses. So, of course, if we go onto the Islands wiki, we will see the most powerful sword is the Dragon Slayer. It is this thing here. There are some things slightly more powerful than that, but we'll get to that in a minute. This is the most powerful melee weapon. This thing does 45 damage with no critical, and you get an extra 22.5 HP on top of that. So that's pretty good, you know? You get 67.5 damage, which is a little bit crazy, if you ask me, on a critical. But we're gonna just go off your base damage, okay? So say you do 45 damage per hit, which is extremely strong. And then you're like, hey, well, I want to do a bit more than 45 damage, you know? 45 damage doesn't seem like enough. Well, that's when the Starfruit Cake and the Strength Potion come in. These two amazing things. You can craft the Starfruit Cake on here. You basically use some starfruit and some dough, craft that, put it into a cooker, or you can make an auto farm, and you've got yourself starfruit cake. You're wondering why I have 14,000? It is because I have an auto farm. But anyway, so this does give us a bonus of 25% extra damage. Now that's kind of good, you know, that brings our 45. That should bring us up to around 56 damage with no critical. So, I mean, that's a pretty good number, is it not? Well, this is a good number, but it can be improved a lot more. And I mean a lot. So we are going to go and test this. But the thing is, Strength Potion and the Starfruit Cake are not the only things we can use. If you go to your top left, you'll see these 3 stat bars. These are your levels. Now if you scroll down here, combat is how much health you have. Light melee, how much damage you do with a light melee weapon. And then there's heavy melee, which is the dragon. So as you can see, I've got 11.6. Now, if you got extra damage, so that's, you know, you've got 11 extra damage when using a heavy weapon like the dragon sword. But, if you look on the Islands wiki, you will see that every single level you get plus 0.2. Which means at level 99, do an extra almost 20 damage, which is a little bit crazy. So we are going to be testing this. So whatever damage I do, add around 10. So that is what the max you can do with the dragon sword. So this is just normal and add 10. So one hit, we did 57 damage. That's pretty crazy. Now, what if we add a Starfruit Cake onto this? Boom, 71 damage. No critical, 71 damage. And that's just with that's just with plus 10. So you can do 81 damage assuming you have maxed out your heavy melee. Which you can do quite easily if you grind bosses, which is something I have not done. So we're gonna see if we can get a critical here just to see, you know, how much damage we really do. Right there, did you see that? We just got 99 damage off of one of our hits. And that's just with using the best melee and using a Starfruit Cake. Now, the Strength Potion, which you get from, I believe, using a gold scorpion claw in a potion table, and maybe a few other ingredients which are a lot easier to get, you'll see on the potions table. Now, drinking this should improve us an absolute ton. I'll be honest, I completely forgot what the buff was. We're gonna see. 124 damage. Did you see that? 124 damage. That's with no crit. Oh no, that is the crit. Sorry, 124 is the crit. But otherwise, we do 88 with no crit. But we can do 124 damage now. Holy moly. I believe this also increases our crit chance. That's why we're getting so many high numbers. But we can do 124 damage. Now, you're probably wondering, there is no way we can increase this. Well, for one, add 10. So we'll probably be doing 134 is the max you can do with the Dragon Slayer. 134, that's absolutely crazy. But there is something that can improve this even more. So you may notice that there's a ruby staff, right? This thing here, along with the title spellbook, does 50 I repeat, 50 base damage. 50 is absolutely crazy. And if you include every single level adds 3%. So if you get to level 99, that's practically 300% extra damage. Now, that's basically saying 3 times 50. So on base, max magic, you'll be dealing 150 damage per hit. So as you can see, I am like not high in magic at all. Wait, what? I do 100. Oh, it's because I've got Starfruit Potion on. But say I'm doing 150 damage, right? So say we are doing 150 damage. The Starfruit Cake will give us an extra 25%, which is an extra 37 damage. Which in my opinion is a little bit crazy. That'll end up having us 187 damage. Keep in mind, this is like with no crits or anything like that. This is no strength potion, nothing like that. A bit crazy. Okay, so I just searched up and apparently they actually had this info on the wiki. Apparently, the strength potion gives us an extra 30%. So that plus the 25% from the Starfruit Cake gives us, which does give us 67.5 damage, which does indeed bring us into the 200 at 217.5 damage. So, is there any way we can increase this? I don't believe so. But you can increase the amount of loot you get while using other items, but that is for another video, for maximizing how much loot you can gain. So it turns out the best way to deal 217 damage is to get a ruby star, kill as many bosses with it as possible so you can get your magic all the way up to 300%, and to have Starfruit Cake galore for an extra 25% and strength potions for an extra 30%. I have not tested this out. For all I know, the 30% could be 30% of the Starfruit Cake included with the weapon, which is what we were already doing, which would mean we were doing even more, which I would guess at around 230 damage. But that is basically how much damage you can do in Islands.